Good morning, dear students. I am very glad to see you. How are you today?
Good morning.
Good morning, teacher.
What date is today?
Today,
Who is absent today?
Today, 16th October. Dinara
16th
Baybolayeva is absent.
Today is our themes, the structure of periodic table. Look at the blackboard. You are going to divide it into group. The second group, third group. Now we watch the video 4 minutes.
Okay.
Pause. Arasında studentler geçsin.
The periodic table is instantly recognizable. It's not just in every chemistry lab worldwide. It's found on t-shirts, coffee mugs, and shower curtains. But the periodic table isn't just another trendy icon. It's a massive slab of human genius. Up there with the Taj Mahal, the Mona Lisa, and the ice cream sandwich. And the table's creator, Dmitry Mendeleev, is a bona fide Science Hall of Famer. For what? What's so great about him and his table? Is it because he made a comprehensive list of the known elements? Nah, you don't earn a spot at Science Valhalla just for making a list. Besides, Mendeleev was far from the first person to do that. Is it because Mendeleev arranged elements with similar properties together? Not really, that had already been done too. So what was Mendeleev's genius? Let's look at one of the first versions of the periodic table from around 1870. Here we see elements designated by their two-letter symbols arranged in a table. Check out the entry at the third column, fifth row. There's a dash there. From that unassuming placeholder springs the raw brilliance of Mendeleev. That dash is science. By putting that dash there, Dmitry was making a bold statement. He said, and I'm paraphrasing here, y'all haven't discovered this element yet. In the meantime, I'm going to give it a name. It's one step away from aluminum, so we'll call it Eka aluminum. Eka being Sanskrit for one. Nobody's found Eka aluminum yet, so we don't know anything about it, right? Wrong. Based on where it's located, I can tell you all about it. First of all, an atom of Eka aluminum has an atomic weight of 68, about 68 times heavier than a hydrogen atom. When Eka aluminum is isolated, you'll see it's a solid metal at room temperature. It's shiny, it conducts heat really well, it can be flattened into a sheet, stretched into a wire, but its melting point is low, like freakishly low. Oh, and a cubic centimeter of it will weigh 6 grams. Mendeleev could predict all of these things simply from where the blank spot was and his understanding of how the elements surrounding it behaved. A few years after this prediction, a French guy named Paul-Émile Lecoq de Bois-Baudran discovered a new element in ore samples and named it gallium, after Gaul, the historical name for France. Gallium is one step away from aluminum on the periodic table. It's Eka aluminum. So were Mendeleev's predictions right? Gallium's atomic weight is 69.72. A cubic centimeter of it weighs 5.9 grams. It's a solid metal at room temperature, but it melts at a paltry 30 degrees Celsius, 85 degrees Fahrenheit. It melts in your mouth and in your hand. Not only did Mendeleev completely nail gallium, he predicted other elements that were unknown at the time. Scandium, germanium, rhenium. The element he called ekamanganese is now called technetium. Technetium is so rare it couldn't be isolated until it was synthesized in a cyclotron in 1937, almost 70 years after Dmitry predicted its existence. 30 years after he died. Dmitry died without a Nobel Prize in 1907, but he wound up receiving a much more exclusive honor. In 1955, scientists at UC Berkeley successfully created 17 atoms of a previously undiscovered element. This element filled an empty spot in the periodic table at number 101 and was officially named Mendelevium in 1963. There have been well over 800 Nobel Prize winners, but only 15 scientists have an element named after them. So the next time you stare at a periodic table, whether it's on the wall of a university classroom or on a $5 coffee mug, Dmitry Mendeleev, the architect of the periodic table, will be staring back.
We will begin our lesson. You understand this video?
Yes.
Who? Read.
I understand in this video about the periodic table, history of periodic table, and Mendeleev is discovered the periodic table. Mendeleev is a Russian scientist, Russian chemist. He was born in Russian in Tobolsk on February in 1934. He became a professor and Mendeleev is best known of his discovery of the periodic law, which he introduced in 1869. And for this formulation of the periodic table of elements, he died St. Petersburg on February 2 in 1807.
Well, sit down, please. Next, our task. Look at the blackboard. Next task, we find this theme. Gulsaya and Aytkul, please go to the blackboard. The first column, the second column, please. Gulsaya, the first.
The first atomic number, atomic number, atomic relative mass, atomic masses, the period, group, top, number of protons, proton number, number of neutrons, neutron number of electrons, electron number of levels, dNd number, electronic configuration, electron конфигурациясы, metal or non-metal, металдар және немесе бейметалдар.
Do you finish it?
Yes.
Next. Aytkul.
Next, periodic table, периодтық кесте, периодтар, groups топтар, alkali metals, сілтілік металдар, alkaline earth metals, сілтілік жер металдар, halogens, галогендер, noble gases, инертті газдар, structure, құрылымы, химиялық элементтер, symbols, символдар.
Very well. Sit down, please. Next, our task. Look at the blackboard. A great deal of information about an element can be noted from its position on the periodic table. Understanding the organization and the plan of the periodic table will help you obtain basis information about each of the 180 known elements. Please, our next task. Look at the blackboard. Next, our task. Open your books, 111 page. Please. Енді біреуің оқыған болып, соны бастайтындар. Stand up, Bruce, please. 111 page. Periodic law.
Periodic law and Mendeleev's periodic system of the chemical system. Atomic structure of the theoretical work of students on the theme of self-work tasks. Non-organic important properties which depend on the nature of the elements comprising the representatives of the class of the compounds. Fostering hydroxides, inert gases, determination of the number of chemical elements in the periodic system, and small electronic structure of atoms, period length, and the periodic system. Now the difference between the system and the relation between the atomic structure.
Let's sit down, please. Next. Aytkul Ayzada. Aytkul with Ayzada.
Students should be able to describe the atom in the place of the periodic system. Isotopes elements, the concept of elimination, the ability to issue periodic reports on the formula system, the scientific signification of the periodic law. In accordance with the objectives of this work, which are organized by mass group and individual self-development. To improve the knowledge and skills should be actively carried out by the students themselves. The teacher should organize students' individual work.
Aytkul, that's right. Very well. I'm going to ask you some questions about history of the periodic table. Aniel,
Story of the periodic table. Early scientists assumed that the properties of elements, periodic function of the atomic masses. On the basis of this assumption, Mendeleev placed 63 elements in a vertical column colored graphs and in horizontal rows colored periods. This method was rejected as it could not explain the position of certain elements, rare earth metals, and isotopes. A scientist named Henry Moseley removed these defects and put forward the modern periodic table. Use the modern periodic law.
Anelia, very well. That's right. Sit down, please. Next our lesson. Our task, periodic law. Susaya, please.
Periodic law. He stated that the properties of elements are periodic functions of the atomic number and the tabular arrangement of elements in groups and periods, which highlights the regular terms in properties of elements is divided as the periodic table.
We will group works. Next our task. You are presentation, please. Трава стоит на одной стороне. Start, please.
In the fifth group, elements are phosphorus, nitrogen, bismuth, arsenic, and nitrogen.
Arsenic is a chemical element with the symbol AS. Atomic number is 33. Arsenic is a metalloid.
It's a phosphorus chemical element with the symbol P and the atomic number 50.
Very well.
The phosphorus has two forms. The first is a white and a red phosphorus.
White and the red phosphorus.
Yes.
Allotropic forms.
We will say about nitrogen, namely about where is located and about properties and discovery and about application.
Then nitrogen is a chemical element with number 7 and symbol N, and he is non-metal.
Nitrogen has 5 electrons in this our energy level, and the nitrogen family elements often from covalent compounds, usually with oxidation number plus 3 or plus 5?
The discovery is nitrogen attributed to the Scottish physicist Daniel Rutherford in 1772, who followed it mixture air, so he did not recognize it as an entirely different chemical substance.
It is used as an inert medium for many technological processes. Liquid nitrogen is a refrigerant. Nitrogen is one of the main bioorganic elements that make up proteins and nucleic acids.
That's all.
That's all.
I will begin our lesson. Now let's see how well you have understood the lesson and learn the chemical elements. Do the crossword in Paris. Come to the blackboard. Bulbul, please. Bulbul, please.
Hi roommates, we will start our crossword. The competition each one and the first and the second groups.
Everyone.
The first question is this element has atomic number 14.
The first question.
The first question. How do you think which element has 14?
How do you think?
Atomic number is
Yes.
14. It's easy, I think. Okay,
Atomic-
Alvarkan.
It is the silicon.
Okay, right, please.
Silicon.
Okay.
Writing, please. Silicon. Oh, silicon. Next question. Okay,
The
next
second-
questions.
The second question is this element in fourth period and place it in 2A group.
To A group.
Yes. Okay, others?
First, please
Calcium.
go to the blackboard.
You are right.
Writing, please. Repeat, please, these words.
Calcium.
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 Calcium. Next question.
Okay, the third one. This element has one proton. Okay, Anura.
One copy.
Proton.
Ainura, please. And writing. Ainura, repeat, please.
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen. Sonra ona nitmek biliyorsun.
Okay,
Sit down, please.
we will continue.
Next
The
task.
first one. This element has atomic mass of 137.34.
137.34.
Okay, Arda.
Aizada, please.
Now, the first one.
Arda.
Okay, right, please.
Writing, please. Come to the blackboard. Barium, da? Barium. Next question.
How name it the element? I will write it.
How name? Repeat, please, Bubu.
Okay, this element symbol is
Go.
Cu.
Kappa.
I could.
High school, please. Writing.
This element is kappa.
The last one. This element is for period 8 group B. How do you
Group
think?
B?
Yes. How do you
Ainura,
think?
please.
Iron.
Iron. Writing, please. Oh,
continue our competition. For the first group, carbon. You will give the definition about carbon, and the second group, you will give the definition about iron.
About iron, copper, iron and carbon, da?
First group
Yes.
carbon.
First group carbon,
We will
the
start.
second group iron. You are reading?
Yes.
Yes?
You can.
So start.
Yes.
Who
I-
start? Stand up, please.
Start about carbon. At first,
Exactly.
we know that elements classified into two groups, non-metals and metals. And here
Very
we
well.
will see about carbon. Carbon it is a
Non-metal.
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 Non-metal symbol with the symbol C and
C.
atomic number
Atomic
6, atomic mass 12. And we know that carbon has tetravalent, making 4 electrons, able to form covalent chemical bonds. And
Very well.
carbon has several isotopes, 12 and 13 isotopes and 14.
14 sides.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Sit down, please. Very well. Next.
Allotropes of carbons. Carbon have two allotropes.
Two
There are graphite structure
Graphite,
and
graphite.
diamond structure.
Diamond structure.
And carbon is capable of forming many allotropes, structurally different forms of the same element due to its valency. Well-known forms of carbon include diamond and graphite. In recent stage, many more allotropes or forms of carbon.
Compounds of carbon. Carbon can form very long chains of interconnection carbon-carbon bonds. A property that is called
Which bonds carbon?
Carbon-carbon bonds are strong and stable. Through connection, carbon forms a countless number of compounds. A tally of compounds shows that more contain carbon than do not. A similar claim can be made for hydrogen because most organic compounds contain hydrogen chemically bonded to carbon or another common element like oxygen or nitrogen.
Sit down, please.
And then
Next, our task.
Production is carbon, commercially available natural deposits of graphite occur in many parts of the world, but the most important source economical in China, Brazil, and North Korea.
okay.
Okay, very well. Sit down, please, Daniela. The second group, please. You are task.
Iron.
Isada, stand up.
Iron is
Start.
Iron is a chemical element with the symbol ferrum, its Latin name. The atomic mass is iron 26. It's a metal of the first transition series. It is the fourth element of the periodic table of elements, and it has two valence. 2 valence and 3. That's all. That's all. Okay.
Iron is a
Okay, sit
silver
down, please.
element which has a later atomic number of 56. The main source of the iron is hematite, also magnetic, pyrite. That's it. The metal is smelted at 1015 degrees, and the boiling point is 2045 degrees on Celsius. The element has 9 isotopes, mass numbers 15 and 60, and is the fourth most abundant in the Earth's crust. So that's it about the iron.
We will begin our lesson. Continue, please. We will do task about iron. This task writing. Aydapon, please. Rus, please. Writing.
The chemical element. So that is will be structured about
In the first element. First element. No, first. Это уже. The atomic number of iron is. The element symbol for iron is. Iron is the iron is the first
We are finished our task. The second group is finished.
Okay, who will start? Rus, please, stand up.
Iron is a chemical element with the symbol ferrum. From Latin, atomic number is 26. It's the metal in the first translation series. It is the fourth element of the periodic table of elements. Железо, химический элемент, обозначается феррум с атомным номером 26, один из самых распространенных темных металлов.
Very well. Next group, continue please. About iron.
Yes.
Kusaya.
Ferrum solid 26, white, silvery white, modality hard, abundant. The atomic number of iron is 26. The
26.
Yes. The symbol for iron is a ferrum.
Ferrum.
That's all.
Iron is.
Iron
Next.
is
Iron is.
White,
white,
silver,
silver, white,
White,
modality
silver,
hard.
white.
and abundant.
Metals.
Yes,
Element.
metal element.
It is very solid element in nature. Very well, thank you. Sit down, please. Next, our task. Does it on this table ask questions each other, two groups, please. Look at the blackboard. Come to the blackboard, Gusaya. Each group, Gusaya. The second group, who's reading? Rus, please. Gusaya.
The first question, what did Mendeleev discover?
Mendeleev discovered about periodic table in 1869.
In 1969. Very well. Next.
Is it a periodic or a group?
Is it a period or a group? Lithium, beryllium, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, thor, neon.
Neon.
Arda.
Is it a period?
Is it a period?
Yes,
Very
correct.
good. Sit down, please. Next. Question.
Next question, is it a long or short period?
Long or a short form?
Lithium, uranium, bor, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen.
Hüseyin. Hüseyin.
It is a short
This is a
period.
table. Short period.
Yes.
Very well. Sit down, please, Aynura. That's right. Next question.
Next question is second group. Is it a period or a group? Uranium, magnesium,
Calcium.
calcium, barium, and radium.
Very well.
It's a group.
It's a group.
Yes.
Uh,
you're right.
Which group? Aizada. It's a group.
Two group.
That's right. Two group. Sit down, please. Second group. Second group.
Next question, do metal properties in a group increase or
Decrease.
And of course, it's the phone down.
Yes.
Repeat, please. Riz. Repeat, please.
Do
Number
metal-
5 question.
Metal properties in a group increase or decrease?
Very well. Answer the question. Aydarfan, please.
Properties in a group increase.
Increase.
Yes. You're right.
Increase. Very well.
Second question.
That's
Is
right.
metal or non-metal?
Sodium.
Who is answering?
About sodium.
Sodium is metal.
Yes, you're right.
Next question.
Is sulfur a metal or a non-metal?
Riz, this question number 7.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. Number 7. Is sulfur a metal or a non-metal?
Non-metal.
Sulfur is not a metal.
That's right. Sit down, please.
Right. And the next question, the second group. Do
Faster,
metal
faster.
properties in a period increase or decrease? The properties in a period. Metal properties.
Increase.
Yes, you're right.
Increase.
Number 6.
Eight.
Hüseyin.
8.
Number 8. Question tutturup aytarsın.
Yes, yes, question.
Next question.
Next, ninth question.
Specific.
9. How does the radius of an element atom change in groups?
How does a radius of an element atom change in group? Elementin atom radiusu toğ içinde kalay özgüredi deydi.
Anna, please answer.
Radius of
Anna,
elements
please.
and increase.
In a group.
Right.
That's right.
Next question.
Faster, faster.
How does the radius of an element's atom change in periods?
How does a radius of an element's atom change in periods?
Who answers question?
Who wants? Ayzada, stand up.
I don't know.
It's decrease.
It's degrees. That's right.
Next question.
Next
Very
question.
well.
What is the structure of the atom?
What is the structure of the atom? Atom қалай жұмыс істейді дейді. Енді кішкене дұрыс аудармай қалыпты да, atom қалай жұмыс істейді. Structure да. Atom structure. Қандай деген екен тұрады? Құрылымы айтсаңдаршы атомның электрон.
Structure is electron, proton and neutron.
Neutron. Very well. Sit down, please. Next question, 12. Number.
Yes, third question. Does an atom have any charge?
You have finished our lesson. Today our two groups worked very good. You are worked in two groups with faster books and with stationery. And you know about the structure of periodic table. Thank you, all of you. I like today's lesson. See you next lesson.